Where did this money come from? Money came from these countries. The US, UK, Europe and Japan. They printed all this money and sent it to us. On Brazil, South Africa, Turkey, India, Indonesia, Russia. And the beauty of this is, all these countries are hungry for money because they are running a huge current account deficit. They want the money. Come on, get me the money. We're ready to relax our norms because we strive on free money. We cannot live without it, excepting Russia. All of them. Every time the QE was announced by the US, the rupee became strong. The QE1, rupee appreciated by 18%. The QE2, rupee appreciated by 4.7%. QE3, rupee appreciated by 8.5%. And after that, when they started giving indications, on 22nd May, something remarkably changed. What did it change? On 22nd May? Right? Ben Bernanke, the tapering happened. Mr. Bernanke decided, guys, enough. We want it back. Inflation is going up. We are close to getting to unemployment levels. We want it back. And then he puts the statement, and suddenly the money goes back to the US. Now what happens that suddenly all the money starts going to the US? There has to be some calculation, right? I'm going to put you a calculation which will make things very clear that why the money went back to the US. Look at it. Earlier, in June 2012, July 2012, the cost of borrowing in US was 1%. And if you invest the same money into US, you used to get 1.38%, a 10-year bond, which is a safe haven. 0.38% was the earning. Whereas in India, if you would have invested that money, invested in a 10-year bond, and covered the forward premium, that's the hedging cost, you would have won 1.27%. India was a clear winner. So they said, India is not bad. Let's take the risk. Some of the people hedged it, some people didn't hedge it. But still they were making a money of 1.27%. Things changed. In September 2013, the US interest rate started shooting up. 2.6% was a 10-year bond. The US risk-free return was giving you 1.6%, whereas India was only giving 0.4% after paying your hedging cost, because the hedging cost also started going up. So these guys said, US is next to downgrade. I don't know, S&P or any Tom, Dick or Harry credit rating agency might just come and say, come on, let's downgrade it. The risk has gone up. And my home country is giving me 1.6%, so why do I have to go anywhere else? The Fed brought all the money back. And in no time, there were $10 billion of outflow, and everybody was wondering why the money is going on. And all the outflow from the debt markets and not from the equity markets. Because typically in equity markets, people had already lost a huge amount of money because of currency depreciation and also the value of the shares going down. Typically, if anybody would have invested 100 rupees in 2008, 2/3 of the listed companies, their value was 4 or 5 rupees. So there was no reason to take out the money from the equities. The debt is still losing. And after that, there was a free fall in the rupee. We saw 23% depreciation in just 70 days. And of course, it was a mayhem for the importers community. Why was there a problem with the importers community? Two reasons. Of course, as I said, the recency effect plays in, and nobody can think that the markets can move so much. Most of the positions were kept open. And the concept of buyer's credit, which is something where you get a cheaper loan from an international bank to be utilized for your own working capital or ECB needs. You take that and you keep that loan unhedged, thinking the markets will be kind of in the range bound. So I remember I was there meeting one client in Bombay, and the gentleman had a beautiful Excel sheet. So when I went to him and he asked me only one question, Abhishek, the markets is going towards 58 plus or not? because he had calculations, that the market goes to 50, so he used to put his own money in the fixed deposit. And he used to take this buyer's credit to roll over its payment every 6 months. His concept was very clear. If the rupee moves more than this particular percentage, I'll lose, otherwise I'll win. Basically, you are fronting on the currency and delaying your payments. So 58 was his level. So after some time, we did some calculations for our client when he was suffering a problem from buyer's credit and trying to explain him that why hedging of buyer's credit is also very important and you cannot keep your positions open. Let's look at this interesting observation that our research team had prepared. There is a chart of the gain and the loss of the buyer's credit from the last 3 years. People who take buyer's credit will be probably interested in it. Somebody took buyer's credit on 1st January 2011 when the markets were 44, 45 levels. Markets were very flat. It was not moving. It was a new concept. People used to discuss it. And these are the dates where the buyer's credit has been taken. These are dates when the buyer's credit were paid every 6 months. This is the gain and the loss in the currency that happened every 6 months, how much the currency depreciated or appreciated. And this was 8%. 8% was the interest rates minus 2%, which was the buyer's credit cost, divided by 2, that was for 6 months. 3% is the money that he earns by investing in the fixed deposit. And this was the net loss. Okay. So typically the story goes like this, that a person starts investing at 44.76, the markets don't move. He earns 3% on the fixed deposits, the market also gives him an appreciation of 0.15%. He's an extremely unhappy person. He goes in the evening to a cocktail party and starts discussing with all his friends. Guys, I've got a new way of making money. Our business is not giving us 4-5% return. Let's do this. This is fun. 3.15% I earned in the last 6 months. I can't get that on return on my business. Next 6 months, currency moved by 18%. Everybody moved into buyer's credit. He's a businessman. He likes to fight. He says, no, this is 6 months. It can never happen again. So he sticks on with the rollover. That particular 6 months, he loses 15%. He says, it's an unlucky 6 months. Probably I need to work hard. Next 6 months, he again loses 1.3% because the currency moves by 4.3%. And then the story goes on. And we calculated, somebody had been consistently rolling his buyer's credit for 6 months, every 6 months. By June 2013, he would have lost 15% on $1 million. It's an example of $1 million. Do you know how much that money is? Anybody? 15% on $1 million? 90 lakhs? That's a huge amount of money. 85 lakh, 47,000 with average rate of 55. Of course, it can go above 90 lakhs. And if the position is still getting rolled over, the number is even higher. When I was interacting with people across the country, I saw that importers are, of course, the unhappy lot because the market's moved a lot. Exporters also didn't seem to be very, very happy. Any reason why? All the exporters out here are happy? I'm sorry?
Forward bookings.
Forward bookings? So you have a lot of people have done. So he's a banker, he knows that, right? You're a banker?
He's a banker.
Okay, he's a banker. Okay. So a lot of people had done overbooking of exporters. Now, we all are businessmen, we all understand how to do business. But typically there is something which excites us when it comes to foreign exchange markets. What is that? What do we see because of which we start overbooking exposures? Any clue?
Forward premium.
Forward premium. Okay. Forward premium is something which always excites us. The forward premiums were 1 rupee 50 paisa 2-3 years back. It went up to 2 rupees, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. Just went down. And every time we used to make a new high, we used to feel this is the time when we need to book. And we will not get these kind of premiums. So the premiums always kept on widening, and the feather to the cap was, along with the premium, the spot also moved. So there was a lot of overbooking of exposures. So let's have one more quiz for people who missed the chance last time. Probably who are people who are watching premiums very closely will know the answer. What has been the highest level of dollar rupee premium since 2007? Anybody? These are the options. The winner gets the wine again.
703.
No, incorrect. That's too much. Come on. Anybody else? All the options. There's one left. No. 5 to 6. That's right. Can you introduce that, sir? Congratulations. So why 26 paisa? The premiums had gone down. If somebody remember, the premiums 2-3 years back came to 80 paisa per day. For one day it came down and then again started going up. So the premiums have gone up. And to show a little bit more emphasis, I am going to show you a beautiful observation. Where if you put yourself in the shoes of this particular chart, you'll try to understand that what was going on. Around 39 levels, there was a noise in the market. The biggies were saying that the rupee will go to 36. There were magazines who were talking on the cover page that the rupee will go to 36, 35. Start selling dollars, right? So many people. What happened? When the markets went to 44 levels, there were a lot of structures coming to you. Go and sell dollar rupee for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. 1:2, 1:1. And if we thought that the premiums were 1.5 rupees, rupees anyways going to 26, let's start selling dollars for more than 1 year. There was a lot of overbooking of exposures, again because of the premiums and also to the extent of the people. Markets went all the way to 52. People didn't have anything to sell at 52 because everything was sold at. I don't blame the people, but then it is typically the recency effect which plays again over here. Markets came to 44. Again, there were talks. And when the markets went to 47, 48, again people sold 50, 60, 80%, 100% of their exposures for 1 year, and some people also more than 1 year. Markets went to 54, 30, 52, 48, was in a broad range. When it came to 40, 54, 55, again there were talks of 48 in the markets. And people again sold, and there was nothing left, and the markets went to 56, half, 60. Or less left, I would say. When it came to 60, people said, enough, the markets can't go beyond. Let's go and sell everything else. By the time it hit 61, everything was sold. The markets went all the way to 68. So typically this has been a journey of an exporter. Every time, every day he starts feeling that now the rupee is going to appreciate, but ultimately in the last 5, 6, 7 years we have seen that every time the markets have moved up, and somehow unfortunately the exporters have got caught. Very interesting. The premiums are not always for free. We need to learn that. When we did this observation, from 2007 to 2013, we calculated what was the percentage of appreciation and depreciation of the rupee. And what was the forward premium during these particular years? We saw an amazing observation. If you would have sold at day 1 for the entire 1 year, this is the kind of premium you would have earned. That was close to around 27%. Amazing. 27% premium would have earned from 2007 to 2013. But the markets moved more. It moved by 55%. So typically if you have sold dollars and earned premium, you would have lost on the market opportunity, which moved by 55%. I know what the question is coming in your mind. You mean to say we should not hedge? We should not hedge at all? No, it's not the case. The point I want to make here is you need to hedge. We are in the business of manufacturing, textiles, automobiles, auto parts, cycles, various things. We cannot afford to take speculative calls in the market, and it does not mean that you have lost money. There is an opportunity loss. But what we want to focus here is you need to have a disciplined hedge ratio. Tomorrow you hear something from somebody talking on CNBC and you start thinking that the market is going down and you go cover 100%. Tomorrow everybody is talking about 70, you don't cover anything. doesn't work like that. You know your business, you know your profitability, you know your competition, you know your business orders in hand, you understand how many use-on period you have. On that particular basis, you decide a hedge ratio which you maintain on a year-on-year basis despite where the market is going. If you maintain that, you may not have, you might have some opportunity losses, but there will never be a